When we look back at the formation of China as a unified civilization, the story inevitably leads to Qin Shi Huang, the man who became the first emperor of China. Born in 259 BC as Yingzheng, he began life as the prince of the Qin state during the final years of the Warring States period, a time when 7 powerful kingdoms competed for dominance. By the age of 13, he was king, and as he grew older, he took full control of his government with a single goal in mind: to bring all rival states under one authority. Through a combination of military strength, strict administration, and determined strategy, Qin conquered the competing kingdoms one by one. By 221 BCE, Yingzheng declared the wars over and announced a new title for himself, Qin Shi Huang, meaning First Emperor. For the first time in Chinese history, the land was united under a central ruler. This unification created a foundation that would influence China for more than 2,000 years. Once in power, Qin Shi Huang focused on transforming his vast territory into a truly unified empire, undertaking ambitious reforms to strengthen central authority. He standardized writing, currency, weights, and measures so trade and communication could flow smoothly across regions that had once been independent states. He also expanded and connected defensive walls in the north, a project that would evolve over centuries into what we know as the Great Wall. Although these early walls were far simpler than the structure familiar today, they represented his drive for centralized control and protection of the empire. His government adopted legalism, a strict political philosophy that emphasized clear laws and harsh punishments. This system helped maintain order in a newly unified but diverse population, although it also created resentment. One of the more controversial moments of his rule was the suppression of certain books and scholars, done out of fear that older ideas would inspire rebellion or undermine the new order. Despite these harsher policies, Qin Shi Huang also invested heavily in infrastructure. He built extensive networks of roads and canals, allowing faster movement of troops, trade, and information. These efforts helped bind the empire together and strengthen the administrative systems he put in place. As he grew older, the emperor became increasingly focused on finding ways to extend his life, sending expeditions in search of mythical medicines and longevity techniques. But in 210 BCE, during a tour of his empire, he died at the age of 49. His legacy, however, did not end there. The massive mausoleum built for him included the famous Terracotta Army, thousands of life-size soldiers crafted to guard him in the afterlife. This vast project, hidden underground for more than 2 millennia, remains one of the most extraordinary archaeological discoveries in the world. Although the Qin Dynasty collapsed shortly after his death, the structure and identity of a unified China persisted.